We've actually been really successful in getting emissions down out of power, and as you saw in the clip. Lots of renewables going in, not very much of it being put in by the big utilities, but having a really, really big impact on the block's emissions. And so 40% kind of looks doable, it kind of looks okay if you keep the current support policies in place. But those are coming under enormous pressures because all of that subsidized renewables has been very, very expensive. And so a big kickback in Germany, where you've had most of the renewables going in, it's very expensive. And consumers are just saying utility bills very, very high. Do we want more of this very expensive, at the moment, energy coming in?
Yeah, the politicians are embarked on this great game of bait and switch. On the one hand, they're criticising the utility companies for the high prices here, but on the other hand, they're trying to force them to continue these very expensive renewable energy programs. And if you look at these utilities' balance sheets, they are already full of debt from projects that were embarked on over the last 2 decades. Something has to give. What is it? Do we just end up paying higher prices?
Well, actually, I think one of the things that may give, and Crimea puts this into sharp focus, is the renewable subsidy policy. So what you saw with the 2030 roadmap for Europe was a real big step back away from push for renewables. Even though it looked like, yes, there's a target, that target no longer falls on individual member states, so nobody's going to be liable if we don't actually get it. And this, I think, is a big question with Crimea, because what you would fill in there would be gas, and the utilities are good at gas plant. That's the kind of stuff they've built. Those are the plants which are really underwater. They're not making any money. They're not operating. If you could get more gas and you get less coal in, you get emission reductions. That's great. But now that's in big question, because all that would mean is more reliance on Russian gas, and that's a real strategic problem.